There's news, there's sense, and there is nuisance. This show is all about that last bit. Happy belated Press Freedom Day. It was on the 3rd of May, so this is Press Freedom Week. And let's call May the Press Freedom Month. In the 2023 edition of the Press Freedom Index published by Reporters Without Borders, India's rank has further dipped to 161 from 150 last year. We need you to do something about this, but I'll come to that a little later. Now, this week's broadcast news decided to outdo their previous reality show type tamasha. Now, why am I calling this tamasha?
Hey, Dara! Hey, Dara! Hey, tera naam kya hai? Hey, tera naam kya hai? Pakadna! Arey rokna! Arey Delhi police ka jawab!
You see, when I watch this, it makes me wonder, is this what people want when they say, "Chalo, let's watch TV news"? You've all heard the old cliche that news media is the fourth pillar of democracy. They don't teach this in civics books, nor has it been defined in the constitution like the judiciary, executive, and the legislature, which are the three pillars described. I'll come to why news is the fourth pillar, but first, what do the official three pillars do? Let's go with the legislature first. This consists of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha and state assemblies. The legislative branch of Indian democracy writes, debates, and passes laws that govern this country. It also ensures that the government is using taxpayer money wisely and is accountable to you, the people. Is this happening or not? I won't discuss that here, but that is the stated purpose. The other pillar, the executive. It consists of the Council of Ministers and all the ministers and constitutional bodies across the country. They manage the country and take executive decisions. Its job is to make sure that laws and policies passed by Parliament are put into practice. Is this happening or not? I'm not going to discuss that now, but that's what the stated purpose is. And finally, there is the judiciary, which is the courts, the judges, the justice system. It provides checks and balances in case the other pillars run amok and start doing things that are against the constitution, which kind of sometimes happens. It makes sure that everyone is treated fairly. Is this happening or not? I'm not getting into that here either. How do they all work together? The legislature creates laws that benefit the people, supposedly. The executive implements them in a fair and just manner, supposedly, while the judiciary provides checks and balances in case the laws are not followed and provides justice, supposedly. All this for the benefit of us, the citizens, everybody. The structure is made to serve us. We are not made to serve the structure. Now, where does the news media come in all of this? Why is news considered the fourth pillar? Because in a democracy, it is the people whose voice, opinions, activism, voting, and demands determine how the other three pillars turn out. It is the public who picks the legislature, which picks the executive, which works in tandem with the judiciary and makes laws for our benefit, supposedly. The citizens choose, and how the citizens choose depend on what they know. And how do they know what they know? By sarkari ads? By getting information from the news. That should hold power to account. That should hold the other pillars to account. News is the delivery pipeline that is giving you information based on which you make your choices of what you speak about, how you vote, how you agitate, what you demand from the system of governance. So if that information pipeline is broken or gets corrupted, every pillar gets corrupted. News. The fourth pillar decides how the other pillars turn out. The news media should be the voice for those denied justice, those denied their rights, and those denied democracy. Nahi to kahe ka fourth pillar? Now, whether the news media is doing that or not, that is what we're going to discuss today. The most important job of the media is to keep the public informed about what's going on in our country and indeed the world over. How the other pillars are performing, what they are doing right, what they are doing wrong. Last week, 10 policemen and the driver of the vehicle carrying them were killed in a Maoist attack in Chhattisgarh's Dantewada district. Wrestlers have been protesting at Jantar Mantar in Delhi against Wrestling Federation President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The allegations are serious. Instead of getting in-depth coverage of such issues, much of our primetime news channels were a little occupied with
शाइस्ता बोली ठोक दो।
शाइस्ता किसको कह रही थी कि गोली चला दो, शाइस्ता किसे कह रही थी कि मार दो। शाइस्ता की आंखें गुस्से में लाल थी, वो पैर पटक रही थी, झटपटा रही थी और कह रही थी मैं इसका नाम नहीं सुनना चाहती हूँ।
शाइस्ता का ऑपरेशन जानू।
उमेश पाल हत्याकांड को लेकर एक बड़ी खबर है हमारे पास और नाम जो दिया गया था उमेश पाल मर्डर की, जो पूरा ऑपरेशन था उसको नाम दिया गया था ऑपरेशन जानू।
डॉन की तांत्रिक गर्लफ्रेंड।
हमारे सूत्र बता रहे हैं कि शाइस्ता को सेफ पैसेज देने के लिए काम किया वहां की मस्जिद ने और बुर्का पहनी महिलाओं ने।
उलझी अतीक की मर्डर मिस्ट्री, सामने आई मैडम मिस्ट्री।
गुड्डू मुस्लिम की 3 गर्लफ्रेंड ने खोले 30 राज।
My God. In a democracy, the media is responsible for protecting the freedom of speech and expression by being the voice for the voiceless, by talking truth to power. But many of the bricks of our fourth pillar go against the grain. Instead of asking questions to the government about serious allegations leveled against one of their MPs, they were like, questions? From the government? Arey, how dare you?
लेकिन जिस वक्त ये सारे डेवलपमेंट हुए उसी दौरान पहलवानों का ये प्रोटेस्ट सियासत के अखाड़े में कन्वर्ट होता दिखाई दिया। अचानक कई नेता धरने के सपोर्ट में पहुंच गए।
आपको उस वक्त यूज किया गया तो कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये पूरा जो आपका प्रोटेस्ट है ये अब पॉलिटिकल हो चुका है। कभी कांग्रेस के लोग आते हैं, कभी आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग आते हैं, तो ये कहीं आपका प्रोटेस्ट वर्सेस ऑपोजिशन आपको सपोर्ट कर रही है और आपका प्रोटेस्ट सरकार के खिलाफ है, ये पॉलिटिकल हो चुका है।
लेकिन इस बार तो पहले दिन से आंदोलन को सियासी अखाड़ा बना दिया गया है। एंटी बीजेपी एजेंडा प्रमोट करने का उसे मंच दिखाया जा रहा है।
लेकिन पहलवानों के धरने में धरने को राजनीति का अखाड़ा बनाने वाले क्या वाकई खिलाड़ियों के दुख दर्द के साथ खड़े हैं या फिर उन्हें इस विरोध प्रदर्शन के बहाने अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेकनी है?
अरे डोंट डू पॉलिटिक्स। कमाल है यार। लीव पॉलिटिक्स तो न्यूज मीडिया वाला से। अरे जीनियसेस, गवर्नेंस इज पॉलिटिक्स। डोंट डू पॉलिटिक्स बोले तो why do politicians head sports bodies? Why do you invite so many politicians to your 5-star tamasha events? Politics is everywhere. Existence is politics. Change happens through politics. Arey, even so much of your revenue comes from political ads. But the suave Devdas and Rambo rolled into one. Sudhir said, step aside amateurs. I will show you how not to do politics by asking Brij Bhushan Singh, the man at the center of the controversy, really hard-hitting questions.
मेरा कार्यकाल पूरा हो गया है
क्या
लेकिन
जी हाँ, आप बोलिए, अपनी बात पूरी कीजिए आप।
और मेरे खिलाफ आज के तारीख में कोई मुकदमा नहीं चल रहा है, सारे मुकदमे मेरे समाप्त हो चुके हैं। फिर भी इनको अधिकार है, कहें हमें जो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
नहीं, पर सच्चाई आप बताइए ना, सच्चाई क्या है? क्या सच्चाई है?
हम तो बता चुके
कल आपने,
सुधीर जी हम तो सच्चाई बता चुके और सवाल यही उठाएंगे, गारंटी है ये सवाल उठाएंगे, क्योंकि ये राजनीति से प्रेरित हैं, इनके पीछे बड़े बड़े लोग हैं।
सच्चाई ये है कि ये सारे विपक्षी नेता इन खिलाड़ियों का अपनी राजनीति के लिए इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और खिलाड़ियों को ये बात समझ में नहीं आ रही।
टीम किसी भी प्रांत की हो, खिलाड़ी हरियाणा का होता था, मैंने उसमें सुधार किया। मेरी बात को फिर से ध्यान से सुनिए
जी, और देखिए आप भी ध्यान से बताइएगा, पूरा देश इस समय आपको सुन रहा है। आप भी ध्यान से बताइएगा, पूरा देश इस समय आपको सुन रहा है।
ओए सुधीर बड्डी, you're mollycoddling Brij Bhushan so much in this interview, as if he is the one who won gold medals for us.
जितना इनके जीत में हमारा योगदान है, उतना योगदान देश में किसी का नहीं है, उतना योगदान किसी का नहीं। जितना इनके जीत में, इनको पहलवान बनाने में मेरा योगदान है, उतना किसी का योगदान नहीं है।
Sudhir decided not to do kushti with his interview like a good journalist would. He did alingan. Instead of countering him, he...
जी हाँ, आप बोलिए, अपनी बात पूरी कीजिए आप।
The job of the media is to hold people in power accountable, not sit in their laps or godis. Thus the term Godi media. And why do so-called journalists and news anchors behave like this? Arey, because their owners behave like this.
मीडिया आपके सरकार से बड़ी परेशान है। आपकी सरकार से कोई जानकारी लीक नहीं होती जैसे पहले सरकारों से होती थी। किसी को पता नहीं होता कि कौन आपका प्रेसिडेंशियल कैंडिडेट बनेगा। रीशफल का तो भूल ही जाओ। और राज्य में कौन बनेगा मुख्यमंत्री जब मौका आता है कोई खबर नहीं।
अमित भाई ने गृह मंत्री होने के नाते भारत को एक घर की तरह संभाला है।
Honorable Prime Minister, your vision of an India that will engage with the world from a position of strength and confidence is becoming clearer by the day, thanks to the manner in which our Prime Minister has combined Gati and Shakti.
The Prime Minister is charm central when you see him in person. It's almost as a light bulb is glowing inside of him. I don't know what he does, but he looks better each time.
But the king of tamasha must have seen the India Today conclave or whatever they call this wannabe cringe fest and said, "Takwalo, hold my beer. I'll show you how it's done."
Pradhan Mantri ji, I want to say from this stage today to you personally, we believe in you. We believe in your vision and we believe in your leadership. जैसे प्रधानमंत्री जी आपने दिशा दिखाई है, हम भी इसी दिशा में हमारा प्रयास कर रहे हैं. Since the day that you have taken over as Prime Minister of India, I have seen the conviction in you. If you remember, Prime Minister, I had the unique opportunity and honor of having the last interview with you. Thank you for gracing the occasion and giving us the opportunity to host you. Pradhan Mantri, thank you. Thank you.
Arnab, even your worst critics will have to admit that when you bend over backwards, you put the exorcist girl to shame. Your Ji Huzuri is genuine and heartfelt. Others, please learn from Arnab. When leaders of news organizations are like this, what choice do their employees have? Which is why news is not conducting itself as the fourth pillar holding democracy up by providing information that will help you choose your government. Now imagine if you had to make a choice of buying any product and the only information you had was the advertisement of that product made by the owners of that product. How good would your decision be? When government ads provide so much revenue and governments provide so much patronage to news, it's a matter of time that news becomes an extension of their ad. Have we got there yet? What do you think?
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी दक्षिण भारत के किसी सुपरस्टार की तरह सड़कों पर चल रहे हैं और उन्हें आज देखने के लिए वहां इतनी भीड़ जमा हुई जो शायद किसी मलयालम सुपरस्टार को देखने के लिए भी सड़क के दोनों तरफ नहीं आएगी।
और आज महाभारत में सीधे सवाल पूछ रही हूँ कि मोदी को हटाने के लिए क्या कुछ भी करेंगे? सीधे साम दाम दंड भेद कुछ भी।
कांग्रेस के इन सारे सेल्फ गोल्स के बीच ना प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी खुद फ्रंट फुट पर खेल रहे हैं। राजनीतिक विश्लेषक मानते हैं कि भाई कर्नाटक चुनाव में मोदी की एंट्री के बाद से ना कांग्रेस के लिए आसान लग रहा है, चुनाव मुश्किल दिखने लगा है।
दर्शकों, राजनीति में एक चीज की बहुत वैल्यू होती है, आपने सही समय पर सही मुद्दा अपने विरोधी के हाथ से लपका या नहीं। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने आज फिर ये साबित कर दिया कि एक अकेला सब पर भारी।
And demand for tamasha means new ways of doing tamasha, from the studio to outdoor tamasha. Like in movies na, director says too much indoor shooting on set. Public will get bored. One action sequence should be outdoors in Burj Khalifa or Grand Canyon or Manali Bridge. Song sequence should be in Goa or South Africa to keep the public entertained. Ab newswalas don't have budget for action sequence on Burj Khalifa or South Africa. तो why not streets of Delhi? Outdoor location वाला तमाशा ये होता है।
तेरा नाम क्या है? तेरा नाम क्या है? पकड़ना, अरे रोकना, अरे दिल्ली पुलिस का जवाब। रोक, रोक, इधर आ, इसको पकड़ो, इसको पकड़, घूम रहा, ये भाग रहा, पकड़ इसको, जाएगा नहीं।
But I almost fell off my chair when I heard this.
मैं तमाशा करने के लिए आपको नहीं बुलाया हूँ। आप अगर चुप नहीं होंगे दरवाजा उधर है। बॉस अगर आप चुप नहीं होंगे दरवाजा उधर है।
ऐसी बात
बॉस उधर निकलिए
कि अगर आप
उधर निकलिए।
बिल्कुल निकल जाऊंगा।
मैंने आपको स्टूडियो में तमाशा करने नहीं बुलाया।
Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I think doing tamasha is the job description. This is why you were hired. Please check your job description and confirm, because I'm quite sure this is you.
नरेंद्र मोदी डॉलर बंदी की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, मतलब डॉलर बंद नहीं हो जाएगा, लेकिन एक तरह की डॉलर बंदी है कि डॉलर का वर्चस्व खत्म करो, सीधे दिरहम और रुपये में ट्रांजैक्शन करो। कहा यह जा रहा है कि गुड्डू मुस्लिम अपना नाम बदल रहा है, हिंदू नाम रखकर पुलिस से बच रहा है। कहा जा रहा है कि गुड्डू मुस्लिम हनुमान चालीसा भी जानता है, गायत्री मंत्र भी जानता है। ये 8-8 लाख के पर्दे हैं भाई, ये ऐसे ही अपने आप खुलते हैं, ये अपने आप खुलने का ही तो पैसा लिए हैं। ये देखिए क्या शानदार बेडरूम होगा 2024 में। नरेंद्र मोदी दुनिया के प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे क्या?
And I think this is a qualification to work at times now. Don't believe me? खुद ही देख लो।
देखिए दिल्ली के सीएम आवास के लिए 6 कालीनें बिछाई गई, जिसकी कीमत तकरीबन कितनी है सोचिए? कालीन, कारपेट कितनी? 1 लाख? नहीं, 2 लाख? बिल्कुल नहीं। 4 लाख? ना ना ना, 20 लाख रुपए के 5 कालीन आए हैं। 20 लाख रुपए के 5 कालीन आए हैं।
And this is all tamasha, and this is not why the press is called the 4th pillar of democracy. And when that pillar collapses, so will democracy. What do all countries who are either dictatorships or really weak democracies have in common? I'll tell you, a non-existence or really weak news media. Throughout history, the collapse of any society starts with the collapse of the news media. Spain, Germany, Serbia, Russia, Rwanda. News media is what provides the poison for this collapse through its pipeline that should be providing public interest journalism. The 3rd of May was the World Press Freedom Day. This is important because it serves as a reminder of the critical role that a free press and independent media plays in a democracy. It is a day to celebrate and strengthen the principles of press freedom and to defend the media from attacks on their independence. This is why Newslaundry was set up as an ad-free platform. So we don't have to do this and beg politicians and governments for money or corporations. We have no hesitation or shame in asking you, urging you, and sometimes even begging you, because when the public pays, the public is served, and when advertisers pay, advertisers are served. We want to serve the principle of news. We want to serve you, and we want to serve democracy, which is why we never get tired of saying, pay to keep news free. Go to newslaundry.com and subscribe. But this month, when we celebrate Press Freedom Day, we have also started a Press Freedom Fund. Go there and contribute. The link is in the description below. Click there, strengthen the press, protect democracy, and proudly say, I pay to keep news free. Happy Press Freedom Day. Manisha will be back soon, so you won't see me again until she's out and you have the misfortune of having to deal with me. Until then, stay mad. It's the only way.